What's up? This is Dirty Spoon from the IWC, and this is the Wrestling Recap Show for October 20th, 2012. First off, I would like to say that Bound for Glory left me wanting more, and not in that good way. For TNA's biggest pay-per-view event of the year, I've got to say the wrestling was great for 2/3 of it. 1/3 of it I thought seriously did not live up to the Bound for Glory name and definitely didn't need to be there. Mostly the RVD Zema Ion match for the IC title really was not the best X Division match that I've seen, and I think that we can put a lot of that on Mr. Rob Van Dam. Another match I didn't really particularly care for was the Jesse Ryan versus Al Snow match. Again, I figured Jesse Ryan would make it, but I thought that Al Snow wouldn't necessarily put him over. But I've been wrong before. Actually, a lot of that was, yeah. The rest of the pay-per-view was very decent. But again, if that's going to be your World Series, your Super Bowl, your WrestleMania, not really feeling it. But it was good to see them outside of the Impact Zone. And, of course, Aces and Eights storyline will continue. As a matter of fact, on the episode of TNA Impact afterwards, for all of the fallout from Bound for Glory, Aces and Eights opened the show and closed the show. I was, again, less than thrilled at the reveal that Devon was a member, and in fact, he is the Sergeant at Arms of the Biker Gang, whatever that means. Well, I mean, I know what a Sergeant of Arms is, but I don't necessarily see how a biker gang would want them. But apparently the biker gang also has a president. So there's some kind of hierarchy in the Aces and Eights that doesn't make any sense. It's just whatever. Also, I'm not really sold on the heel turn of Austin Aries thus far. I'm going to let it sink in a little bit more. I'm still giving TNA the benefit of the doubt. They've got great wrestling. Angle, AJ Styles, Bully Ray, all doing great work. And the heel work of Kazarian and Christopher Daniels is probably the best that I've seen from these two guys in a while. And I like the fact that the tag team champions of the world, they are still calling themselves that. They are very much an excellent heel tag team, and I really want to see how far this goes. Unfortunately, it looks like their next pay-per-view turning point is going to be all rehashes. We're probably going to have another Aces and Eights match. We're going to have Bobby Roode, James Storm rematch. We're definitely looking at an Austin Aries possibly rematch with Jeff Hardy. And I'm really not a huge fan of that right after the biggest pay-per-view of the year. You rematch pretty much everything you had on that card on the very next pay-per-view. Just not my cup of tea. Anyway, that and Hulk Hogan, that's all the bad news. Now the good news is that WWE is finally pushing some newish talent in Kofi Kingston and Ryback. Now, those of you who have been... If you're watching this show, you know that Ryback is not new talent. He was Skip Sheffield in NXT, and he was previously in the Nexus group. So he's been in WWE a while, but he left, he was repackaged, and now he is Ryback. And Ryback is going to be in the main event at Hell in the Cell fighting CM Punk for the WWE Championship. While I am extremely excited about this match, I really wish it wasn't a Hell in a Cell match to start off Ryback's push to the top. In a Hell in a Cell match where anything goes, and the powerhouse that Ryback is, I'm not sure how they're going to be able to script an ending where CM Punk leaves with that championship. That's my biggest concern, is that Ryback is just going to roll over CM Punk, and their WWE is not going to get basically a return on the investment that they've made in CM Punk. He's coming up on 1 year as champion at Survivor Series, and while I understand that they really need, and I've been clamoring for them to finally push someone not named John Cena, I really don't think that giving Ryback the win in the cell and the belt would really get everything that they put into CM Punk right now. Also, I really think the big money match is CM Punk versus The Rock, or CM Punk versus Taker at WrestleMania. I really think that they need to come up with a strategy that will get Ryback out of the cell without the belt, and CM Punk still looking strong, but especially heelish. If there's a way to do it, I hope they find the way. I hope it's not Ryback goes over CM Punk clean in the cell. That's my biggest fear. Again, also, they're trying to push Kofi Kingston. Now, I have a friend, Boonda713 on Twitter. He says Kofi Kingston never going to be in the main event. He's not going to main event Mania. He's not going to main event a pay-per-view. I disagree. I think that under the right circumstances, honestly, Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler have me believing that we're in WWE lean years and that smaller, faster, more technically sound wrestlers have an opportunity. Kofi Kingston is a high flyer. He's popular with the young fans. He's kind of got that niche audience that Rey Mysterio has. I really think that WWE could do worse than Kofi Kingston, and I hope that this push that he's getting right now is not to the exact same ceiling that we've seen Kofi Kingston get pushed before. He did go over on The Miz on WWE Main Event this Wednesday. By the way, if you haven't been watching Main Event, I highly encourage you to do so. It's a different kind of format. They put the big money match ahead. They've got some vignettes and some reviews, and then they got another match at the end. It's a really interesting format, and me personally, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely added to my DVD hard schedule because I just am so busy. Sometimes I don't get to watch everything when it comes out. That's why sometimes I'm watching Raw, SmackDown, and WWE Main Event on Saturday, and then I'm shooting these videos because everything's all fresh in my mind. However, back to Kofi Kingston. I really think that he has the opportunity here to take this push and finally propel him to a main event status. Now, I still think that it's probably going to be a main event SmackDown where he's going to be fighting for the World Championship instead of the WWE title. But, again, new faces in the main event. We just got through an entire summer with just Punk and Cena and Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. So, any new faces in the title picture, I'm all for that. That's basically all I want to talk to you about on this particular edition. I am not going into the train wreck that is the Hulk Hogan sex tape scandal. As far as I'm concerned, until I've heard otherwise, I think Hulk Hogan leaked that tape just for publicity. I mean, TMZ has been all over this. He's getting some mainstream press. For whatever reason, Hulk Hogan just cannot not be in the news. And you know what? More power to him. If that's what it takes for him to get out of bed, go for it, bro. I'm really looking forward to WWE's next pay-per-view. The full card has not been released yet, even though it's next week, but that apparently is the new norm, I guess. I will be doing my prediction show for WWE's Hell in a Cell this Tuesday after Raw, and I will be trying to guess, and with various degrees of success, I will be guessing the results of the next pay-per-view. Be sure to tune in for that. This has been That Dirty Spoons from the IWC. I'm signing off.